Basically, it had a lot of rooms that would fit all of us, and then also a heated pool, and it was beautiful in pictures.
Wait, the pool was heated?
It was supposed to be.
It didn't feel heated.
Also, when we got into the mansion as well, it like had like a really weird stench. I can't describe it, but it's not like kind of like rotting. It was like really weird.
Ew.
Yeah, like do you guys even know what the smell is?
I know that some parts of the house, like,
Strong.
it smelled like something was rotting, but...
Yeah.
Was it humans?
No!
We were like, there's a pool. Let's enjoy ourselves in the heated pool, which wasn't heated.
Wait, what board game? Ouija board!
Yeah.
Wait, you're saying there was missing pieces to the Ouija board?
No, I didn't open
Every
it.
board game was missing pieces. Guess Who, Monopoly.
Oh, like you were
but
trying to play them.
There was a Ouija board, and that shook me.
We
I
didn't
was
touch
like,
that.
Like Instax photos, except they were real.
Of who?
Oh.
Like of a family?
I don't know. They were like, there's like a kid. There's families.
I
It
didn't
was just
touch
really.
those.
It felt like that house was just a giant storehouse of junk. So pretty much to wrap it up, I was being super toxic to Kim. I was like, this house doesn't look like the pictures. This is garbage. This house sucks. Normally, I sleep with a nightlight because I get scared of the dark. But there was no nightlights in that house, so I just had to sleep in pitch black darkness with a painting across my feet. Like, there was a painting at my toes. It was just a woman staring at my toes. And I was like, ugh.
Before everyone went to bed, we all had this really uneasy feeling, okay? And we didn't say anything to each other until after the incident happened.
Also, when I was about to go to sleep, I heard wind and my window was open. And so was everyone else's, so we had to close them. After closing the window in my bedroom, I went to bed. And when I turned off all the lights, for some reason the window, I could see through the curtain. And I just felt like someone was watching me.
I don't know if this was happening all at the same time when we were having all these creepy, like, ghostly instances, but before I went to bed, I turned off my lamp, and then afterwards I laid there for 1 second and I heard something. I thought it was knocking. I don't know if it was like a low grunt or something, but it scared me enough that I had to turn back on my lamp and like think to myself, like, what was that? Like who is that? You know, like I was scared. I didn't want to go to sleep. But then I sucked it up and I was like, okay, if you don't go to sleep, you're not gonna like have fun at Hollywood Horror Nights. So you need just to suck it up and go to bed.
And I couldn't sleep until 2 a.m. because I kept hearing babies crying.
Yeah.
And I was like, is that the neighbor's babies? But the houses, they weren't close to us. They were pretty far. So I was like, why is there a baby crying?
And keep in mind that we didn't tell each other any of this, okay? We didn't run to each other's room and be like, are you guys hearing things? No, we just like laid there, scared. So everyone was asleep and we heard this beeping.
You heard the beeping. I didn't hear it. I was asleep. I was sleeping.
Yeah, you would have died. It was a beep, 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 and then it stopped, like for 5 seconds. And then it would beep again for 3 seconds and it stopped. So it didn't sound like a fire alarm to me, because our fire alarms are different. It's like constant beeping. Like,
It's like
really
ringing.
loud. Like it's in your ear loud. So I just kind of let it ring for like 5 times. And then afterwards I thought in my head, is someone in the house? Like, is there a burglar in the house? I got out of bed to check and there was smoke coming from like this locked door that we couldn't get into. And then that's when I screamed. I was like, there's a fire in the house. Like, there's a fire. Yeah, and then everyone like woke up. Alan didn't wake
I
up.
thought you were joking.
No, he thought we were joking.
For some reason in my head, I was like, she's trying to get me to wake up at 3 a.m.
I had to slap Alan with pillows to wake him up.
Yeah, and it was like a serious fire.
What was the first thing you took when you ran
I
out?
took my snacks. Kidding. I took my passport.
Smart.
I took my phone.
Dumb.
I was kind of dumb and I like grabbed everything.
That is not
Oh yeah. Me and Winnie were waiting at the door and we were like, where's Betty? And she like comes out hauling like her whole truckload of luggage like she's gonna flee the country. When Betty finally packed her whole house and life outside, she finally called the fire department.
So when they came about 4-ish minutes later, they drove all the way to us. That was like 2 houses down. And then afterwards, they said, where's the, like, is this where the fire is? And I was like, no, like literally there's smoke. And then when they saw it, they were like, oh no, okay you guys, we gotta back it up fast. Like, come on guys, move it.
I wanted to FaceTime Kim and be like, yo, stuff is happening.
We were able to walk back into the mansion and get our stuff so we could leave. And when I walked past the room that we weren't allowed to go into, it was actually a garage. And I could see firefighters like carrying out all these like old photo albums that were like half burned. We're ready to leave because we're like, we are not staying here. Like there's no way. And then the landlord comes out and she's like, oh, it only take like a couple hours, 3 hours, I'll clean it up and you guys can stay here for the rest of your time.
And we were like, no, you can keep your haunted house. Give me that money back.
And I was still in my pajamas, okay? And these aren't like, oh, sweatpants, t-shirt, you know? Like, they weren't cute, okay? So we were walking around downtown in our pajamas.
So we find a hotel online and it says it has rooms, okay? So we go up to the counter and the lady's like, oh yeah, we do have those rooms.
And this was a nice hotel, by the way, okay? Like it was a fancy hotel.
Yeah, so she was like,
we do have those rooms, but you can't check in yet.
so we were like, can we check in? Like, we're stinky, we smell like smoke.
I told them our
explained to
situation.
her. Yeah.
And then she's like,
Okay, let me just go check with my manager.
and then later, another lady comes back and she's like,
We don't have any rooms. Yeah.
and she's like,
I don't know what that girl told you, but there's no rooms.
You're like completely sold out. And I was like, are you kidding me? That lady just told me you had rooms and now you're telling
Maybe
me
it's
that
'cause you guys
don't
look
have rooms?
crazy.
Yeah, I know.
She was
but-
yelling at it like it was our fault.
yeah, she was
Yeah.
yelling like we were crazy. She was like,
There's no rooms left. No rooms left. Yeah, no rooms.
Okay.
and then after, Betty was like, go ask that lady. She said there was rooms. And then that lady looked at that lady. She like dead eye stared at her. She was like,
Why'd you tell them there was rooms?
and then she was like,
There are rooms, but you can't make reservations.
We finally found a hotel and we went there and they accepted us right away. So we had a place to sleep.
All right, who got to the most mischief when they were younger?
I would say
I think it was the cat.
yeah.
I think I can say it was both.
No,
I think you ripped
Okay,
off
that's
Barbie's
fair.
heads and then you made Betty and
I
Kim
remember,
cry.
Do you remember that when we got in trouble, you guys, like all 5 of us, our parents would call us all out and we would all come out and
I
Kat would
wanted-
be under the bed or under the table hiding.